What's up? It's your girl, Nikki St. Clair, and I'm back out on these YouTube streets. And today I'm going to chat with you. We're going to have a real talk. I know that Mother's Day is coming up, y'all. Mother's Day is coming up. And I am wanting to talk about the unhealed mothers and the unhealed children. Due to their mother's mistakes. Maybe it was their grandmother's mistakes. You know, I want to say in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even, there was such a mandate that black women needed to have a man. They needed to get married, or there was something wrong with them. There should have been a man in their life, a father in their children's life, whether the original father was killed or left them or went away to prison. There should be some sort of a man in your child's life. Um, there were a lot of women, and in my opinion, especially black women, who it was like playing musical chairs. When the music stopped, they were just looking for a chair to sit on so that they would not be um, seen as the oddball. And unfortunately, a lot of mothers and a lot of grandmothers have chosen wrong. They chose an ex-convict. And I'm not saying all people are wrong. I do believe in redemption. But they've chosen an ex-killer. Someone who used to deal drugs. Somebody in the church who used to be gay. Somebody in the church who used to be a crackhead, smoker, drug addict. And they had gotten so desperate at some point that they would just get any kind of pair of pants and dust them off and clean them up. And I remember in the 90s, they used to push the word potential. Well, he has potential. Well, we have to be there for our black men because the white man is keeping them down. We have to be their backbone. We have to be their strength. We have to be their ride or die. And many of us have witnessed our mothers and our grandmothers take these men into the home. And the men would definitely show who they were. And they would fight and they would argue. And sometimes it would become volatile. And then they would turn around and go get these same men and forgive them and bring them right back into the house as if nothing happened. As if he would do so much better. And us as children witnessed this behavior. And we were expected to forgive these men. We were expected to act as though nothing happened. And we were expected to respect these men who came in our homes and disrupted the flow of things, who came in our home and we watched them deplete our mothers and our grandmothers to the point where they could not be full on nurturers for us. They could not show up for the children. And I want to comfort these mothers because these mothers have chosen rhetoric to bring confusion into the house. They would rather have someone to beat on them and fight with them and cheat on them and make passes at their children and abuse their children and start shit with the neighbors, and they ain't even on the lease, and bring people of different walks of life into the home that they call their friends, and just bring on negative energy in the home. They would rather have a pair of pants that comes with all of that baggage. And don't let the pair of pants already have children with bad habits. And then your mom says, well, we're a team. I'm going to go get them. And y'all play. Y'all like brothers and sisters. And then you have their children bully you. Your mama give away your jacket, your shoes, your clothes. You see your mom coddle these children, bathe them, go get their haircuts, comb their hair, make you share your toys, make you share your food, make you break your popsicle down the middle, your twin popsicle down the middle, and you just have to share and be happy about it. And in the end, you are cheated. You're cheated of your childhood, because not only is your mother or your grandmother fighting with the enemy that means her no good, that doesn't even want to see her have friends, don't want to have her to further her education, messing up her credit to where she can never be a homeowner, tearing up her car because he's a smoker, stealing out of her purse and blaming you. Oh yes, these things have happened. People have lived this in their childhood, in their teenhood. And then they would forgive him or think, oh, he went to jail, now he's clean. He been in there 6 months. He been in there 8 months. He been in there a year. He's clean. He done wrote me. He promised he gonna do better. I know he hurt the family, but we don't give up on family. And bring them right back in the house. And it's the same cycle over and over again. And it's gotten to a point where we ended up resenting fatherhood. We ended up resenting our fathers. We ended up resenting our stepfathers. And pretty soon, we just became numb to it. It was just expected. It was expected. And eventually, you have a lot of women out here that's just like, you know what? It is what it is. Because then, look, we would end up with that. And we say, okay, well, I'm not going to get no smoker. I'm not going to get no reformed gangster. I'm not going to get a reformed homosexual. I don't want to be like grandma. So we start meeting men who are emulating or pretending to be the good men that they never had in their life. Because yes, we've all been affected, even the men in our childhood. And you have these men that say, hey, I'm not going to be like my dad. I'm going to be there for mine. I'm not going to get on drugs. I'm not going to be in jail. And we get with these men, but really they didn't have any leaders in their life. So they're just kind of winging it. They're still a scared little boy inside, an unhealed, angry person inside that never truly healed from the trauma of their childhood and an absence of a father. But they're doing and trying the best that they can. And we see them trying the best that they can. So we decide to lift them up, support them, be their support, catch them when they fall, and coddle them. And what happens is, once that man feels valued, he feels like he could do anything. And he starts to do more and feel more accomplished. And he's able to stand up with his chest out and his head up proud. And then he exudes the confidence that black women have instilled in him. And then from then on, other women begin to see him, right? Oh, Charles goes to work every day. He a good man. He take care of his family. He looks good. You know, you as a woman, you ironing his uniform, putting it in the cleaners, getting his shoes shined, you know, and they don't see the hard work of the woman that stands behind Charles. No, 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 no. They see a complete man that shows up to work every day, who works overtime, and they're expecting to see him at work, to flirt with him. And they want him, and they desire what they see. But like Smokey said, you didn't put in on this, man. You did not put in on this. You know, that's somebody's hard work. That's someone's investment. That's someone who has history and a rapport with him, that has been there for him and been down for him. But the minute Charles starts feeling not so valued, or a lot of times he'll know, hey, I know I look like a self-made man, but I'm not that, and he's unhealed, and someone is flirting with him, making him feel like he is a complete made man and he did it all by himself. A lot of times these men, they have a wandering eye, and they end up places that they should not be. And so you find yourself as women, grandmas, mothers, sisters, we're in a generation where we are sharing men. And then it was like side chick culture. Then it was double family, multiple baby mamas, right? And then boom, he's back here. Boom, he's over there. You know, and they're pretty much playing ping pong with this man. And I'm telling you guys, it is the self-worth of a woman, because we have been put in a position to where, oh, you ain't a woman unless you have a man in your life. There's something wrong with you. That we have lowered the standards over the years, and we have not only damaged ourselves, and we have such low self-esteem and low standards, but we as black women, and I'm not saying me because I don't have any kids, but this is what I've experienced and this is what I'm observing. We as black women have damaged our own. We have damaged our childhoods. We've damaged childhoods. We have damaged families because we went beyond the morale and beyond the values of what we've always known, to not deal with married men, to not fornicate and commit adultery. And we have brought in sin, and the sin has truly corrupted us as a people. And the men feel like, yeah, they share me. They share me. And you know what? I have them two locked down. They ain't going nowhere. How about I kind of want something fresh too? So I'm going to get with this other person. I'm going to see this other person. And eventually, black women were like, well, if he going to be a player, well, I could be a player too. He could do what he do, and I'm going to just do what I do, and I'm going to just see him when I see him. And we have completely ripped the black family apart. And I want to blame I want to blame the black women. I want to blame the black woman, because we did not stand on business. And we got desperate for a pair of pants that we knew was not qualified for the job. Don't you know if you want to be a security guard, you have to have a guard card? And if you are armed guard or an armed guard, you better have the credentials to be an armed guard. And everything had better be up to date. Everything had better be up to standards. You have to take tests. You have to be certified. And the state has to know that this person is certified to carry these weapons. This person is certified. They have a guard card and they are able to operate as a guard legally. This person has been completely checked out. Their background has been ran. And it is okay for the security guard to be a security guard. But no, not the black woman. They don't want to run background check, afraid of what they might find. Afraid that if they find something, like when I was looking at Ray, he said, scratch a lie and find a thief. That was a reoccurring sentence statement in the movie Ray, starring Jamie Foxx. No, they didn't want to scratch the lie. They didn't want to know what might be. And then usually they find out when they're hurt or they're angry enough or when it's too late. And the damage is done. And your child has been who to trust, because we've witnessed so much and we've been damaged and depressed as children and suffered anxiety as children and suffered such disappointment as children. We're walking around as unhealed souls. So you know what? I don't even want a man no more. I'm cool. I'ma do me. We got a lot of people that's I'ma do me out here. When you go to the club, when you go to the bar, the opposite sex don't even talk to you. It take a few drinks and some music for you to dance a little bit. And even when you dance, they stand on the other side of the corner and watch you. And watch you dance on your friend. They don't even want to dance. They don't want to buy you no drink. The Rose man, he don't even come through to the club no more. Cause it's like, for what? Ain't nobody buying no roses no more. It's a different date and time. I've seen women buy their own drinks. I've seen women buy their own rose. They friend a rose. They dancing on their friend. And the man is just sitting there in the corner until he's drunk enough, or it's the end of the club and you walk to your car, and when they work up enough nerve to call you over or to spit game to you, he okay, he see me, oh yeah, ha ha ha. Or even worse, they stalk your ass on social media because they know your face. Sometimes your Facebook friends with half the people in the club and they don't say nothing to you, but they'll dip in that DM. And you're going to give your all to this person? You're going to let them come up in your house of peace and lay up with this person and don't even know them? And that goes for both sexes. You don't know what that woman has laid up with. Just like we don't know what that man has laid up with. But I'm telling you, I blame the woman. And I just want to encourage all these women for Mother's Day. I need you to forgive yourself. I need you to make better decisions. I need you to start shutting it down. I need you to go get tested for HIV. I need you to go get tested and get a full blood panel of everything. And I need for you to drink water and take care of yourself and be a better mother for Mother's Day. I want you to sit your children down. If you're a grandmother, sit your children down and be honest with yourself and be honest with them and say, you know what, Grandma did not always make the right choices in the decision. I challenge every mother, every grandmother under the sound of my voice to make this Mother's Day spectacular and bring healing to some old childhood wounds that never completely healed. Sit down with them and say, you know what? Mama is so sorry that she made the wrong decision. I'm so sorry I didn't believe that man was touching you. I'm so sorry that I did not watch you and the stepkids when you guys were playing. I did not know that they were bullying you. I didn't know that they were stealing from you. I did not know that you were in that position and I was not there to protect you. But I want you to forgive me. Yeah, what's done is done and the damage is done. But sitting down and actually opening up a line of communication can do wonders. It is the same as having group therapy. It really is. And I promise you, we have to heal each other. We have to love on each other. It is the greatest Mother's Day gift that y'all could ever give, y'all. Yeah, y'all can receive flowers. Yeah, y'all can receive perfumes and be taken to dinner and yada, yada, yada. New pair of panties, a new pair of pajamas and new slippers. All of that. Yeah, that's nice. But it's Mother's Day because you had a baby. You produced offsprings. And you were supposed to be a nurturer. You were supposed to be a protector. And you need to really, really take self-inventory and give yourself a true report card. And if your child is lacking, if your child didn't have, wasn't able to go on the field trips because you were smoking crack and you weren't there to sign off on the field trip paper, if you sold your kids clothes because you wanted to get high, there's somebody walking around that's 40, 50 years old that's still wounded and devastated because of that. How it was picture day and they didn't have nothing to wear and their hair wasn't combed and they didn't even get to have any pictures for purchase. All they have is the memory of being in a class photo. And it was your fault, Mom. It was your fault because you made bad decisions. And you created a door for unhealed trauma to a lot of these adults that are walking around. And for those who don't have their mothers, for those who don't have their grandmothers, their aunties, whoever raised you, and these things have happened to you, I want you to look to the hills from which cometh your help. I want you to develop a prayer life and ask God to heal you. I want you to reach out to someone that you suspect that is unhealed, some child that is unhealed. I want you to do for that child and let them know that you are their support that, hey, I see you're in school. I'm happy to hear that you're in school. I want you to keep doing your thing. I see that you're in sports. Man, I'm going to come to your game. I need you to reach out and be that child support. I want you to get with some friends who went through similar trauma, and I want you to celebrate Mother's Day if you don't have a mom with your friends. And I want you guys to sit down and talk about it and have a glass of wine or margarita. And I want you to pray together, and ask God to heal you. And I want you to lean on each other and cry on each other and really begin that healing process and talk about it. Get with you some friends that y'all can't even judge each other because y'all went through the same thing. And I want you to heal and love on each other. Sharing is caring, y'all. Anyways, thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. Thank you so much. And I command you to heal in Jesus' name. Happy Mother's Day to all. And we shall see you later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.